Alright guys, we're out here at the local miniature RC track. We're gonna try to do a little bit of drifting with this GP Toys Luctan S912. This is the cheapest RC ready to run you could buy. I've already done a couple of videos on this one where I took off the body and discussed some of the major details. But either way, this one cost me I think about $43 including shipping. It is a 2.4 gigahertz unit. It comes with a battery. It's fully rechargeable. It also is bundled with a charger. Your two-wheel drive, and you have metal out drives, full metal drivetrain. The shocks are just friction shocks. Seem to be working pretty well. The body is pretty nice. I do like the design. It kind of reminds me of the Traxxas Mini E-Revo. So right here we have some drift tires for my HPI. We're gonna see if this thing can drift. I don't really think so. It is only rear-wheel drive, but we're gonna take a look at it. So this thing is really squirmy. I can barely get it to go anywhere. As you can see, it's barely accelerating, and it's doing nothing but donuts. I'm basically at like 10% throttle right now, so I'm gonna try to see what I can do. Try to get a good line going back here. Let me just go out here a little further. I'm gonna try to go back. So we're going back right now. We're at low throttle, see if I can get a drift. So no matter what I do, it just basically spins right away. Full throttle. Feels like it's trying to get a drift going, but the balancing of the chassis just isn't there. It constantly wants to go sideways no matter what the steering trim is. So here I just had to edit some of the sound out. It was a little bit windy outside, so I don't want to put you guys through all of the annoying wind noise. So I'm just going to talk over what I'm doing and basically just replace the wheels as you saw in the footage just a little bit ago. And we're going to try to drift this one and see how much better it is in comparison to that other GP Toys model. When I come back, it already feels much better. So we got a good drift going. So what can I say about the two of these cheap RCs drifting? Well, clearly, as you can tell in the video I'm shooting right here, the WL Toys Rock Racer is pretty good with the drifting, even though its actual weight distribution is pretty poor. It does have a lot of torque steer with the stock original tires, but with the drift tires it really balances some of it out because there's basically much less traction that you get. And the four-wheel drive system is mated pretty well actually, the motor and the overall speed. It has a lot of speed for a drift car. I've driven drift cars before, and they're fairly slow, especially if you've ever seen a stock drift type race with a Tamiya TL01 pan chassis. those are pretty boring and slow to watch. This one is pretty quick with the drift tires, so I'm fairly happy with it as an overall kit. In terms of the other one, the GP Toys Luctan S912, well, I think you can chalk up the terrible drift action due to the fact that the rear differential is packed pretty tight. What I mean when I say that is if you spin one of the tires left or right, whichever way, the other one will spin with it. So the diff is fairly tight. It isn't loose like this particular model. Here, if you spin one of the wheels freely, you could easily see the other one will not spin or go the other direction. But on the Luctan, it's a little bit tight, so maybe if I made an adjustment there, it would be a little bit better, because for a fact, the GP Toys Luctan with the original tires drives pretty okay. There still is some torque steer, probably due to the fact that it's rear-wheel drive only.